Hey everyone, welcome back to another Anime Kingdom review. See by the title below, yes, this is on episode 10 of DanMachi Gaiden Sword Oratoria. And yes, sorry, I know this is a couple days late. It's just I've literally, if you haven't been up to date with what's been happening with my videos and everything, I'm kind of behind at the moment, catching up there, but still a little bit behind. Finally found, of course, the time to go ahead and make this review at least. And yeah, here we are. How did I feel about episode 10 of DanMachi Gaiden Sword Oratoria? Well, honestly, I love this episode a lot, and it could do a lot with how the ending was. You know, it pretty much was like a DanMachi, episode. We got everything that happened, like literally that episode, that scene, that fighting scene between Bell and the Minotaur was probably one of my favorite moments in the entire series. So getting to see it from a different point of view, it wasn't much, honestly. A lot of it seemed like it was pretty much the same footage from the original DanMachi, but I still like just seeing like different remarks from the rest of them and everything different, like, they had different kind of dialogue during that moment. It was pretty cool, and a lot of the moments were kind of cut, so it wasn't like the full-on battle, but nonetheless, I still got the same, like, I literally had the chills when I was watching that part. Like, had the same feeling that it was just so awesome to see, honestly. Like, that part literally made this episode like 10 times better. Because honestly, I really do wish, I really do hope that after DanMachi Gaiden Sword Oratoria ends, that we do get, a DanMachi, a true, real DanMachi season 2. Because I really, really want it. I really need it. And especially considering, like I said, I read, where it left off after in the light novel, and it's really good. So hopefully this does well, because I really do want a season 2. But yeah. Other than that ending part, which was just pure awesomeness, we get to hear Bell yelling out Firebolt over and over again and destroying the Minotaur just like we saw before. The rest of the episode, it was still pretty cool. Like, a lot of different things going on in this one. The very beginning, obviously, with the cliffhanger from the last episode, was that a bunch of people ended up attacking, Eyes and Bell and Hestia. And we find out that they're pretty much people from the Freya Familia, and pretty much that of course connects us to the point of us actually seeing, which was pretty cool, because I actually don't remember reading about this. I think I skipped this part because I kind of just went to the very end. So this is of course during the the other, where the DanMachi season was going, and I started reading the light novel after because I wanted to see what happened after. I'll probably go back and read to see the differences between each of them, but overall it leads to a confrontation with the strongest adventurer pretty much there is, the only level 7, which is of course Otar, otherwise known as King. And this guy is literally supposed to be just like the best. He's supposed to be a huge beast, and you can see that he is. Like, literally, Ice had no chance against him, honestly. To him, she was slow, and you already know that Ice is pretty damn fast, and she is really strong as well. She's level 6, so she ain't no pushover. And like she said, it's not just the difference in level that was going on there. It's just he's literally on another level, not the level, but you know what I mean. Like, literally, that guy, if it wasn't for the fact that everyone else came along, honestly, Eyes might have died. I'm not gonna lie, this guy is that strong, and you can see that. The only person that it was pretty badass, I'm not gonna lie, when Finn walked up to him like, oh, so do you want an all-out war? Is that what's going on here? Is this your will or is this Freya's will? And I was like, damn, and the look in his eye was like, Finn is such a badass. Like, honestly, I'm just gonna get that out there, like, including the part when he's talking with Reveria and Gareth, and they're talking about how they were, before, and how his ambitions are and everything, and how he pretty much wants, even when he's like, after they reach the unknowns, which is, of course, it's pretty cool that they, talked about Zeus and Hera as well, and how their guild went, this is the farthest they ever went. If they get to this, they're breaking, pretty much, that's a new, like, unknown, like, territory at that point. No one's ever been there, so that's a huge thing, right? And you think that would be like the point where you're like, damn, he honestly, come on, Finn, you're a beast. You're like, there's no other prom that's gotten that far, and to think that he wants to keep going farther and farther, like, I just love how ambitious he is and everything. And we've already seen him fight. He is a badass. I would not mind seeing him going up against King, even though King is a higher level. I don't know, Finn is pretty badass. Like, the level difference may not be as big as you think, you know, because he just stood up to him like he wasn't scared at all, and King ended up going, you know what, okay, I think it was more along the lines of obviously not wanting to, you know, get Freya, you know, an all-out war between the Freya Familia and the Loki Familia, but still, geez, Finn is literally, I wouldn't mind having, like, of course, you know, you know me, I want a DanMachi Gaiden sword, you know, not Sword Oratoria, a DanMachi, like, full-on season 2. Like, I just want a sequel to that and to continue that story. But after that, I would not mind having, like, a, you know, prequel past story showing Finn back in the day with the rest of, you know, Gareth and Rhaenyra as well. That would be pretty cool. I actually find their characters pretty interesting, and I, you know, compared to Lefia, who, even though she only had minimal parts in this episode, she's still irritating in those parts with her jealousy. It's so irritating, honestly. Like that one point when she saw Belle and she's like, "I'm not gonna lose to you," and just runs off. I'm like, what the hell? Who does that? Are you serious? She's just honestly so irritating at this point that any other character would be more interesting to pretty much, you know, get more into as the main character than her. Honestly, she could just be put to the side and I wouldn't even care. Like, that's my honest opinion. Like, literally, it's just, that's how irritating I find her. But yeah, overall it was pretty interesting of an episode. We got to see more training with Eyes and Belle as well. Belle, you know, growing more and more. Eyes saying that she wants to be, you know, grow strong just like him as well. Sorry, that's not going to work out, considering, I mean, I'm pretty sure if you're watching this, you already have watched DanMachi. Pretty much, you know, Belle's got, his ability isn't something that anyone can get. That's, you know, why he gets so much stronger and so much fast, you know, at such a fast rate. So poor Eyes, watching him, you're not going to get anything out of it like that. I mean, maybe you become motivated to get stronger and you push yourself harder. But Belle's abilities, I've always thought, is just kind of a little just OP, honestly. Like, literally, that is just overpowered of an ability. And he doesn't even know about it. That's the crazy thing, you know? And then, of course, obviously, you know, I was kind of wondering at first, like, why is the Freya Familia doing that? It's obviously not, you know, it has nothing to do with the connection between what's going on with the enemies in this story. But then, obviously, it does make sense that that's why also King was there. Is that Freya, of course, if you watched, you know, the original DanMachi, you know that Freya has a huge interest in Belle, and she, of course, is the one that sends the Minotaur out at him to pretty much, you know, yeah, like, enjoy watching him get stronger and stronger, kind of, in a way, and that's pretty much the reasoning behind it. So I guess she just doesn't like the way that Eyes is training him, and doesn't like the way that kind of, it seems like maybe the Loki Familia is kind of going into her territory, because that's the kind of person Freya is, where she thinks that even though obviously he's not with her, that it's, you know, that's her property pretty much. That's literally how Freya is, honestly. So it was cool to see that kind of different aspect shown in this, even though that's not part of Sword Oratoria. The main villain, the main antagonist is, of course, whoever this, you know, demon under whoever the lady is that's in charge of, you know, those undead people, pretty much. That's who's the main antagonist. Along with, also, we saw Uranus is, I don't know, he wants them to go and get to the level 59, so I'm not too sure on him and the hooded guys, what's their plan, honestly. And the hooded guy ends up giving it to Luna some necklace that she's supposed to wear. I don't know what's supposed to happen if she does do that. But it's really confusing, because I thought that they were in league with whoever the main antagonist was, but it may not be, you know? I'm not too sure if they're both bad and they both have different ambitions and he's trying to take the other one out, or he's actually a good guy and he's trying to help them out but not really tell them. I don't know, it's kind of confusing me at this point. We'll probably learn more about it in the next episodes, but overall, I really enjoyed this episode. Like I said, the training parts with Eyes and Belle was pretty cool. We get to see a bunch of, you know, some stuff with Freya coming in as well, because we never really got to see as much of Freya in this, because she's not really an important figure in Sword Oratoria, more of a figure in, of course, the, you know, DanMachi, the real DanMachi, the main story. So it was interesting to see that and see King and see a confrontation between King and Eyes, which I never knew even happened, so that's pretty cool to see. We get to see how strong he is, which is literally, like I said, another level from Eyes. And we get to see more badassery from Finn. Like I said before, when I first saw him fighting and everything, I would love to see more Finn. He's like literally probably my favorite, one of my favorite characters in Sword Oratoria right now. Like that, like honestly, he's such a badass. Like seriously, I wish there was a side story of him and Riveria and Gareth. Please make that happen. Please make that happen. You know, of course, I don't want that animated until after the main DanMachi season 2 comes out and another season comes out. Just follow the main story, please. You can do all these side stories after. Sword Oratoria, I've started to enjoy it, but I don't want another season of this until after the main story is like done or something like that. You know, like seriously, I want DanMachi Gaiden. I want the main DanMachi story, and I know all of you do as well. That's why most of us watch this, is because we love DanMachi, not just because we love this story. I love this story so far, but what's it called? Eyes is awesome, but literally, I'm just gonna keep going back to it because Lefia is literally so irritating. I wish they would just take her out. Honestly, just take her out of the story, and it will be that much better. That's what I truly believe, you know. But yeah, it looks like the very ending, of course, showed them rushing back, bringing Belle back to Hestia and everything. And then, of course, looks like the expedition is going to be starting in the next episode. So that should be interesting because that's going into unknown territory. We don't see that happening in the original DanMachi story. So it should be interesting to see what's going to happen here on out. What's the threats that are going to be on level 59, considering no one's ever been there before. So it should definitely be some pretty crazy shit happening in these next 2 episodes. I'm expecting the next episode maybe be more of a build-up, some crazy stuff, but more of a build-up to what the finale will be, just like complete, I'm hoping at least some crazy shit happening, and then a huge cliffhanger probably will happen as well. But yeah, that's all I gotta say, guys. Hope you enjoyed this Anime Kingdom review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If anything I missed and you want to talk about, comment below as well. And if you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe for more content. And as always, guys, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. How did you feel about the episode? Anime watchers only and source material readers, I want to hear your guys' thoughts, good, bad, however you felt about the episode. I want to hear what you guys thought as well. And until next time, guys, see ya.